I'm back again. This will be the second week in December. So, kind of doing another tasting here before Christmas. And I'm actually going to do one that I've never tried before, despite the fact that it is a pretty widely um, popular scotch. And yet I've never tried this before. At least not to my knowledge. I know I've never bought a bottle before. So anyway, we've got the Glenfiddich 15, the unique Solera Reserve. Now, the name has changed a little bit on the 15. They also have a 15 Distiller's Edition, which is cask strength. But this is the 15 that is the Solera vat. Solera vat, I guess. Not sure how to say that. Anyway, Glenfiddich. I've done another Glenfiddich in the past, I think. Yes, I did the 14. This Glenfiddich is actually available also. The 14 is only available in the U.S. 15 is available everywhere. And Glenfiddich's like the best-selling scotch in the world. They sell over 3.4 million gallons of scotch a year is what they produce. They have 32 stills. That's a lot of, we're talking places like Edgeador have like 2 stills. So, they have a lot more. They're producing more scotch than anybody. Glenfiddich means Valley of the Deer, and it is the most awarded scotch that's out there, but it's probably because it's been around for a long time, and they know what they're doing. Founded in 1886, their first spirit, in the spirit of Christmas, the first spirit was distilled on December 25th, 1887. So, one of the few distilleries that stayed open during Prohibition and actually increased production during that time. And they're also there are only a handful of distilleries that actually has a cooperage kind of like in-house. They have their own cooperage there. They also have their own copper workers to work on their stills in-house. And I guess when you're that big, when you're selling that much scotch, you can do that. So, yeah, they have a lot of in-house stuff, and of course they make a lot of money. Let's see, during the 60s and 70s, during the downturn, there was kind of the downturn on scotch. They expanded production again. So it seems like they were ones who liked to continue to expand when other distilleries were contracting. They began a huge advertising campaign. They began marketing single malts as their premium brand in their own right. Effectively, they created the modern single malt category. I think they currently have like 35% of the market in single malt is 35%. So yeah, like more than 1 out of 3 bottles of single malt is Glenfiddich. I think they're also in Monkey Shoulder. I think they're one of the 3. I'm not positive about that, but 35% is just in single malt, of the single malt market. This is aged 15 years in European sherry oak, and the Solera vat is like, I was trying to read about it. It's like they never empty it. They'll empty like half of it, and then they'll refill it. And then when that's half empty, they'll refill it again. And so it's constantly going, and so it keeps the flavor complex. It keeps the flavor more consistent. And so I think that's also, I don't know, I was reading about this, the Solera has changed a little bit. It's currently in European, why don't I just put on my glasses and read it. Okay, is in whiskeys matured in sherry, bourbon, and new oak casks. That's correct. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure. I think that may have been changed at one point, but they're actually in all 3 types of casks. Always at least half full. Creates the vats are always at least half full. Creates harmonious whiskey that gets richer and more complex every year. It's 40% ABV. What else can I tell you? Glenfiddich is a single malt. It is Don't get me to lying. I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so Sung by William Grant and Sons. All right, let's see. Oh crud, I forgot a glass. Okay, so yeah, I've never had this to my knowledge, so let's see what this tastes like, shall we? Yeah, I think Glenfiddich was maybe in one of the movies. Was it Star Trek or something? They had a Glenfiddich. They were talking about it. All right, that's plenty. All right, I'll give you some color. Okay. Let's see. I don't see anything about they may add color. And they may chill filter. I'm not sure. I didn't get a tube on this one when I went to the store, they were out of the tube one. So all I got was just the bottle. I'm sure I'd have more information if I had that, but oh well. All right, let's give it a little roll. Okay. Oh, interesting. Sweet. Fruity. There's a sweetness in there. I'm not going to say honey. I'm going to say like caramel, more of a caramel sweetness. There's definitely some vanilla. Oh, it really smells good. But sherry and honey and a little bit of vanilla. There's a little bit of fruity note there too. Nectarines, maybe. No, apricots. Yeah, definitely apricots. Really good. Really, apricot. It really smells really good. That's more the sweetness, I think, than the honey. Oh, that smells good. Okay, I'm gonna give this a taste. Very clean. Marzipan. Spicy. Like, it's not ginger. Let me see what that is. Cinnamon. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like cinnamon nectarines. Marzipan is in there. It's not very oaky. It finishes medium, kind of sweet on the finish, thin on the finish. What else can I tell you? Yeah, that's kind of what I would go with. So anyway, keeping it short. We'll see you next time.